This is not a to be read list like most people put out. Oh, hey everyone. My wife and I went to the library today, and I thought it would be fun to share with you all the books that I checked out. Hi, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books. Welcome back to my channel. We like to discuss middle grade books here, but sometimes we talk about other things as well. And as you can see here, I went a little overboard at the library checking out some books. So first up is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I think I pronounced that correctly. I'll be honest, I know very little about this book. I've seen lots of people talking about it. I know it was made into a movie by Alfred Hitchcock many years ago that I heard was really good. I think they made a remake of it back just a few years ago on Netflix. Sarah, our librarian, told me it was trash, so I'm not going to watch it. But I do have an interest in reading this. My understanding is it's about a lady who moves into a house with her new husband, and things don't go well because of his previous wife. And that's really all I know. But I do like a good ghost story. I do like a good mystery. So this one sounds like it would be fun. The next one that I grabbed was Greenglass House by Kate Milford. And my understanding on this one, I'm going to read the front cover to you. It's wintertime at Greenglass House. The creaky smuggler's inn is always quiet during this season, and Milo, the innkeeper's adopted son, plans to spend his holidays relaxing. But on the first icy night of vacation, out of nowhere, the guest bell rings, then rings again and again. Soon Milo's home is bursting with odd, secretive guests, each one bearing a strange story that is somehow connected to the rambling old house. As objects go missing and tempers flare, Milo and Maddie, the cook's daughter, must decipher clues and untangle the web of deepening mysteries to discover the truth about Greenglass House and themselves. So I grabbed this because I've really been interested in middle grade dark academia, which is kind of an aesthetic, but it also has a lot to do with mysteries and puzzles and creepy old houses and things like that. Not too far removed from the spooky books that I usually read. So I thought I would read this. I thought this was a standalone, but as I grabbed it, there were like 4 or 5 others. So if I like this, I've got lots to read for the foreseeable future. Keeping with that dark academia theme, I grabbed this book here called The Story Collector, and this is by Kristin O'Donnell Tubb. And this one is set in the New York Public Library. I do love a book that is set in a library setting, so want to pick that one up as well. Then I also grabbed The Downward Spiral by Ridley Pearson. No relation to me. Wish he was. But this is the second in the Lock and Key series. The Lock and Key series is about Sherlock Holmes and James Moriarty, who, if you are familiar at all with Sherlock Holmes stories, you know that Moriarty is Sherlock's greatest nemesis. Well, this is kind of a reimagining where they are going to a school called Baskerville Academy, and they are roommates. And this story is told by James's little sister Moira. And in the first one, which I recently finished, which was called The Initiation, there's a lot of mystery going on. James and Sherlock are kind of at odds with each other over a missing Bible, and they're trying to figure out where the Bible is and what's going on with it. And there's clues and red envelopes and all kinds of creepy, crazy stuff that's going on. And then there's a tragedy that takes place in the Moriarty family. And so Sherlock and Moira are trying to get to the bottom of what happened. And it left on a cliffhanger. So now we have this one, The Downward Spiral, which picks up that story. I purposely did not read anything about this book because I wanted to go into it blind. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I really enjoyed the first one. It was great. These are kind of older books. I think they're about 10 years old. But it's a great story. It's a lot of fun. Keeping with the Sherlock theme, I also grabbed this book, The Improbable Tales of Baskerville Hall. And this one, it says, when young Arthur Conan Doyle is offered a spot at Baskerville Hall, a school for gifted children, he is elated at being given a chance to prove himself. There, Arthur makes friends with Irene Eagle, a girl who boldly strives in action, and Jimmy Moriarty, a boy whose brilliance rivals Arthur's own. Together, they discover that their new school is a peculiar place, home to remarkable creatures, unexplainable explosions, and enemies lurking in the shadows. When the trio are invited into a powerful secret society called the Clover, they must pass 3 challenging tests to be accepted. But along the way, Arthur uncovers a mystery that will lead to a grand adventure and even greater danger. So again, another book that it falls right into that dark academia middle grade mindset or genre, whatever you want to call it. This one sounds really exciting. It's not Sherlock Holmes, but Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is the creator of Sherlock Holmes. And it did say Jimmy Moriarty, so who knows how that's going to play out. This is the first book in a trilogy. The first 2 were published, and the third one just came out in the last couple of days when I'm recording this. So looking forward to reading this and seeing if I like it, and then figuring out if we're going to continue with the series. Then I grabbed The School for Good and Evil. Are you sensing a theme here? There's a lot that I am interested in. I know there is a Netflix movie or a Netflix TV show based on this, and there are quite a few books in this series. But I have not seen the show or read any of the other books. My understanding is this is about 2 girls who are getting ready to go to the School for Good and Evil, and one of them thinks she's going to get to go to the good school, and one of them thinks she's going to get to go to the evil school, and things get swapped. And so the one who wanted to go to the bad school goes to the good school, and the one who wanted to go to the good school ends up being sent to the bad school. And so we'll see how that plays out. And then this one is not middle grade, but it is one that I am interested in reading. And this is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. Now, there are some other stories in here, but I'm only going to read Northanger Abbey to start with. I am not a Jane Austen fan. I think it's pretty obvious. I may or may not be the target audience that Jane Austen was writing to. A few years ago, I read Pride and Prejudice because it is my wife's favorite book. It's her favorite movie. So I thought I would read it to see what all it was about. And I didn't like it. And I was talking with our friends at the library, and I said, man, the only thing that happens in this book is they get ready to go to a dance. They go to the dance, and then they talk about the dance until it's time to get ready for the next dance. And that's really all that happens. And of course, the ladies at the library, they all love Jane Austen, and they love Pride and Prejudice, and told me how wrong I was. So when I picked this up and I was checking it out, Sarah, the librarian, she looked at me and she goes, what are you doing with this book? You don't like Jane Austen. Did you lose a bet? And I told her no, that I had heard good things about it. I'd seen a couple videos, people talking about it. In particular, it being kind of a satire or a spoof of Gothic literature. Given that I'm interested in that, I thought I would give it a try. So I know it's about a girl named Catherine who gets invited to go with some family friends to their house in Bath, I believe it is. And then she meets a young man, as is wont to happen in a Jane Austen book. And it kind of goes from there. And the girl, Catherine, she is obsessed with Gothic literature that was popular at the time. And so Jane Austen thought she would write and kind of poke fun at it. This is not a to-be-read list like most people put out. These are just the books that I happened to check out at the library this week. And I thought it would be fun to share them with you. What I want to know is, have you read any of these? And if so, which ones did you like? Which one do you think I should read first? Or are there any that you've read and you think I shouldn't read at all? Leave those down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of these books. And as always, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books, and we'll see you next time.